happening at Lake Area Medical Center. I've got the story after the break.
For this week's Summer in the South, we're trying out the latest sports craze in the Lake area, disc golf. However, if it's a more fitness-based app that you're looking for, it can easily be found to fit in the palm of your hand or even go on your wrist. Many businesses are gathered here at the Civic Center today to help all Lake Area residents take advantage of all the business opportunities here in the Lake Area. While there was a record turnout for early votes this year, some local residents say they like to wait until today to cast their vote. See why in this Election Day edition of Tell It to Fox. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for this Tuesday edition of News Express. I'm Valen Johnson in for Heather Ayub. Sasol has announced it is moving forward with its $8.1 billion expansion project. Sasol is building a world-class ethane cracker and derivatives complex at its Lake Charles facility that will roughly triple the company's chemical production capacity in the United States. And what it means for us here in the Lake area tops our news. The chilling temperatures are putting blood donations on ice. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for this Tuesday edition of News Express. I'm Valen Johnson in for Heather Ayub. Students in Southwest Louisiana are home from school today, and while conditions here didn't get as severe as expected, that doesn't mean people are braving the cold for things like donating blood, and that could quickly lead to a dangerous shortage throughout the state. How it's affecting us locally is first on Fox. Happy Memorial Day, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News Express. I'm Valen Johnson in for Heather Ayub. Recent news about a significant drop in the percentage of Americans who claim to be Christians has many people speculating both on the veracity of the conclusions and who benefits from the supposed shift. Fox News correspondent Shannon Bream looks at those issues first on Fox. On April 2nd, 2012, Jill and Michael Cromlin became first-time parents to twin boys. However, their son's 16-week early arrival was the beginning of a long and emotional journey.
Our hope here in the NICU when those twins were born was that one would make it and we would be able to send one home with the parents.
Logan and Mason Cromlin made their way into the world 3 weeks after their mother Jill's water broke.
We knew that we would have to deliver soon because of her complications.
Logan came first, weighing 1 pound and 7 ounces. His brother following close behind, weighing 1 pound and 3 ounces.
They lost Mason's heartbeat, so then they did emergency C-section.
Logan and Mason's dad, Michael, was ushered into the waiting room after Logan's birth to sit and await the news of Mason's.
That was probably the longest 45 minutes of my life. And then when the doctor came out and said that they were both in the NICU and they were doing as good as could be expected, you know, it was a big relief, but that's when the fun really started.
One went to New Orleans for eye surgery, and then the other one eventually went to Texas Children's. But in the course of all that time, the Cromlin parents wanted to always come back here for extended care.
Logan had to have heart surgery. He was there for about a week, 2 weeks, and then he was transferred back. And then about a week later, he was actually flown to Tulane, Lakeside, for eye surgery.
Staying in touch with the nurses in Lake Charles no matter where they went for a peace of mind through a stressful time.
They don't have control, you know, over anything, so it's very stressful for them.
At 134 days, Logan Cromlin was released to go home, but the stress remained.
We obviously couldn't take Logan back to the hospital, so we would take turns going to see Mason. And then Mason was transferred out to Texas Children's out in Houston.
A 3.5-hour drive each weekend from the Cromlin's home in Fort Polk. But on January 19, 2013, Mason left the hospital to go home with his family.
A lot of days it was like almost a nightmare just going through all of it, just because you knew what they were going through. But at the same time, we got to see them develop from 23 weeks to where they are now.
Something Jill, Michael, and the NICU nurses consider a miracle.
When we are given a baby, you want so much to give to send that baby home with the parent. And then being able to send both home was the icing on the cake, so to speak.
Knowing where they've come from to where they are now, it's just, they're a miracle, and we don't take that for granted.
Each year on the boys' birthdays, the Cromlins come back here to celebrate with the team who helped give the boys a birthday to celebrate. For Fox 29, I'm Valen Johnson. This week's Summer in the South, we're doing a Louisiana favorite, going fishing. vacation. They say a bad day on the water is better than a good day, well, anywhere else.
In my job, every day is a Saturday.
And whether you're an advanced fisherman or a beginner, whoa! You've got your work cut out for you today. Hackberry Rod and Gun is the place for you.
1975, my ex-stepdad, Terry Shaughnessy, was fishing a lot, and a man from Shreveport was down here and noticed that he was catching a lot of fish and offered him $50 if he would take him fishing. And he did, and he realized he could make money by bringing people fishing.
And they've come a long way since that first boat.
We run 15 boats on a day-to-day basis, sometimes more. Like we had a group in here just this weekend. We had to get 22 boats for them.
And being my first time to be taking out fishing, it was obvious that I needed to start with learning how to cast. And let's be honest, it took a while. But I finally got the hang of it.
You got it down now. It's perfect.
And once you know what you're doing, you can enjoy the beautiful sunrise that people come from all over to use as their backdrop when starting their day of fishing. Well, that and the famous T-shirts.
My ex-stepdad to write a column in one of the local papers. In the column, he would finish with, that slogan came about to be our slogan.
And so I would have something to brag about. It was time to get down to business. And where I thought my beginner's luck would kick in, it took longer than I thought. So far, no luck. But it was worth the wait when I finally caught my first fish.
Yay! Keeper of the day.
My first keeper ever. And that called for a little celebration fun. Yeah, that actually happened. And it only got worse from there. After that first bite, we were on a roll. By the end of the day, this rookie could hold her own, proving that Hackberry Rod and Gun can turn anyone into a fisherman.
It doesn't matter age, sex, even people like you.
Never done it before.
Yeah.
When it's summer in the South, you can make every day feel like a Saturday for you too here at Hackberry Rod and Gun. For Fox 29, I'm Valen Johnson saying you should have been here yesterday.
Hashtag homemade, hashtag oatmeal raisin, hashtag show me the cookie.
What started out as simply a pound sign,
enter your password, then press pound,
has now taken over the World Wide Web and maybe even our conversations.
Hashtag no.
Hashtags are everywhere and they seem to come out of nowhere. So if this sign still reminds you of tic-tac-toe, I'm about to take you into a whole new world with hashtag 101.
Like a little number sign?
I found out what that meant about 3 months ago.
Really?
I've been on the internet going on 5 years.
I was just thinking like a little number sign, you know.
The word hashtag is defined as a word or a phrase preceded by a hash mark and linked to a dynamic feed within social network where it's posted. It began on Twitter and has since moved to other social media sites such as Instagram and Facebook. So what are their purpose? On Twitter, the most popular hashtags usually signify events. The most popular in 2014, hashtag World Cup, hashtag Ferguson, and of course, hashtag Ice Bucket Challenge. Want to see every Ice Bucket Challenge posted on Twitter? Just click the hashtag, and there they are. But like everything else in our world, hashtagging has rules. So let's take a look at the most important. Number 1, do not hashtag every word. It's easy to lose interest and honestly doesn't make much sense, which brings us to rule number 2, hashtag kiss. Keep it short and sweet. In fact, on Instagram, the most common hashtags of all times are one word or abbreviations. Hashtag love, hashtag TBT, aka Throwback Thursday, and of course, hashtag selfie. And the final rule, remember that hashtags are public to anyone, not just your friends or followers. So don't hashtag anything that you don't want others to see. That would be hashtag embarrassing. So now you're ready to take the social media world by storm. So get out there and join the conversation. And don't forget to use the hashtag Fox29LC. For Fox 29, I'm hashtag Valen Johnson.
Like listening to rap.
I listen to that real calm music because I get too excited and I go out there and, mess up. So
I listen to LeBron or Richard Sherman's pregame playlist.
Defensive end would be cool.
All right.
Yeah, just to smash the quarterback a couple of times.
I'd love to play linebacker. Now those guys would probably make fun of me for saying that.
Quarterback, they get all the attention, all the girls.
I'll pray before I go out there.
Probably just do the cross on my body. That's about it.
Game days, I wear the same clothes every day. I have the same routine. I eat the same amount of food. I eat the same food at the same time.
I just like to get on a knee and say a prayer.
Batman.
Why?
I just like his car.
Spider-Man.
Why?
Because I grew up a Spider-Man fan. I mean, you can tell I got Spider-Man socks.
I love it.
Batman.
Why's that?
He's black. I'm black.
Flash. I gotta go with Flash.
Why?
He's fast.
I think of Batman when I think of myself.
A.J. Green, a wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals.
I really like Ray Lewis. He's a hardworking guy.
The reason I wear number 8, I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan, and Troy Aikman was always my favorite quarterback.
Peyton Manning. Ride or die with the guy. I promise you I will.
I would probably be Cinderella, because she's just got the coolest story, the glass slipper and everything.
I forgot her name. She's off Aladdin.
I watched the Frozen movie, and I thought it was a great movie, so I don't remember the names exactly, but do those count as Disney princesses?
Jasmine.
Why?
Because, you know, she's sexy.
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, Jasmine.
Why's that?
Why? You seen Jasmine? I guess Princess Fiona.
I love it. I haven't heard that
Before she turned into the shrek.
So let the storm rain down, yeah.
Cinderella.
Why's that?
I don't know. When you think of a Disney princess, you should think of Cinderella.
Because the cold never bothered me anyway.
I think that's on camera.